Toronto's unemployment rate jumped to 9.2% in July of 2025 compared to 8.5% in June. So we're up over 0.5% in just 1 month. This is the largest monthly spike in decades outside of the COVID crash that we saw where unemployment went crazy. Stats Canada says 18,000 people left the labor force in Toronto last month alone, okay? Vancouver and Montreal are seeing even bigger shocks, which surprised me personally. 36,000 people left Vancouver's workforce and 52,000 people left Montreal's. These kinds of numbers are normally what we see in deep recessions. Across Canada, people are reporting mass layoffs, from big corporations to smaller provincial government contracts that aren't being renewed. The big thing that I've been talking about for a while, if you've been following me, is youth unemployment. This is even higher than that headline number, which means the generation that is just entering the workforce is taking the biggest hit right now. A lot of people are worried that low wages, high inflation, and fewer jobs could push more young Canadians into radical responses out of frustration. And you can only really imagine what these things could be. It could be possibly doing something illegal, stealing, whatever it is. Although what it also could do is push a lot of these young people into starting their own business, which could actually be a good thing, right? It'll probably push a lot of young people onto these two different paths. Now, we also have a big wealth gap forming. And I mean, it's pretty obvious if you haven't noticed this. Restaurants and malls are packed for certain groups of people, while others can't even pay their rent or their mortgage. Economists call this a K-shaped recovery, where some bounce back and others do great, while others sink further and further down. Even though the official unemployment rate was 9.2, when you include people who have given up looking for work, some say it's probably closer to 11 or 12%. Guys, this is really not good. For context, 1 out of every 10 people in Toronto is now unemployed. That's at a level where some would call it a state of emergency, and really it should be a state of emergency. Now, there's frustration that mainstream media isn't covering the severity of the situation. Now, this is what I'm trying to do, is tell people how severe this could be and trying to warn you early of what this could turn into. A lot of people are blaming outsourcing, reliance on the temporary foreign workers for the local job losses, right? The reason people can't find jobs, especially students at small businesses, restaurants, grocery stores, these kinds of things. While other people say it's poor government policy and corporate greed. Now, some argue that immigration and certain visa programs should be slowed until unemployment comes down. Other people point out that many of the jobs being cut, even the lower income ones, still pay taxes and support the economy. Losing them can cause a domino effect on everything from small business to housing demand. Now, how can we connect this with real estate? If unemployment stays high in Toronto and continues going up, especially if people with mortgages start to lose their jobs, we could see a financial strain that definitely makes its way into the real estate market, especially people that have mortgages, right? If someone has their house paid off, this really won't make a difference. But a lot of homes still have mortgages on them, and this is what's going to cause this turbulence in the real estate market. So if you're currently employed, it might be time to value your job more than ever right now. The storm might not be over. And I don't think this is a blip, okay? I think we're seeing a trend here, a real trend that's already started to form.